Cool beans, cool beans. Look at this. Today, what are we going to talk about? Oh, I already got a mirror. That means we're showing some stuff. Mirror your video. Boom. Oh, you know what's... I can't do that on there. That's interesting. Today, we got 3 topics that I got to talk to you guys about. Appreciate tuning in. December dollars. People are like, dude, every day. Seriously? Business today with a whiteboard? JJ15. I was up early today. If you're an entrepreneur, New Year's Day ain't nothing but another thing. Yeah, we gotta work today. We gotta really focus in. I want to give you 5, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reasons you need to start a Roth starting today. If not, do it in 2021. You're gonna get that 5 reasons. Touching Uranus. Hello, yellow Uranus. Uranus, were you being a planet? Were you upset that Pluto is no longer a planet? I know it kind of broke my heart. I love whiteboard dates. JJ15. Today we're going to whiteboard the 5 reasons to use Roth. We're also going to whiteboard the 5 numbers you need to know going into 2021. Meme Central back in the community. Corey Connects. Check out my dude, Corey Connects. He's a great follow. If you have not connected with Corey Connects on LinkedIn, you're welcome. He's got hundreds of thousands of people, and what he loves to do is what his namesake is, connect. So go check him out on LinkedIn. Also follow him here at Corey Connects. Glasgow is green. Glasgow is green. What's up, man? You got any questions? I'm from Uranus, Missouri. I love it. Yes. All right. Well, perfect. Love that Missouri's in the house. What's good? In the building, Corey Connects. Loving it. Love learning about Roth from you. That is the subject and topic of today. Why are the 5 reasons you need to open a Roth account right now? If you're a young professional, if you are starting out on your financial journey, and if you are choosing to use money and own your financial freedom. Welcome in. Today's going to be some fire. I don't know if y'all can tell. It's the last day of the year. See the little red? Little red? That means I just got done with my morning run. Oh, where's your family? Where are your girls? It's New Year's Eve. They all getting their haircuts. This is jet time. Saints fan, Glasgow is green. Who that, babe? Who that? Say they're gonna beat them. Glasgow, you. All right. Going to be opening that up with Acorns in 2021. My dude, John Kim. Check it. Our mission, remember this, we got people on right now who've never been introduced to Money Vehicle. The Money Vehicle mission is to open, count them, 1 million Roth accounts. Could be 401k, could be IRA. That's up to you. If you need to know the difference, go ahead and ask. No bad questions, just good conversation. So why I love John Kim saying that is Money Vehicle is about empowerment, not education. If you don't go do anything, this is all for nothing. Are you a saint? I am a saint, bro. Come on now. Who that? See the hood? Boop, boop, bop, beep, bop, boop. So welcome in, man. What is the best thing to invest in 2021? Glasgow. I have a Roth JJ15. I believe you set that up before Money Vehicle, but we're still going to count it. Boop. Count it up. We're still going to count it because you, I know, are part of the community. Best thing to invest in 2021. This is going to shock you. This is going to blow your mind. Are you ready? Best thing. Here it is. Everybody's leaning in. Boom. Yourself. Drink that in. Sure. Bitcoin, gold, the market, real estate, blah, 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 blah. Yo, if you aren't investing in you, 2021 is not going to be an improvement. What I love about the end of the year, as somebody who journals, I get to go back and look at what I was thinking December 31st, 2019, the day before I started my own business, the day before I took the leap, the day before. I get to go back and review that person. Have I grown? Has the company grown? Has my family grown? I have 5 checkoffs come the new year. Faith, which can be taken into any interpretation. Doesn't have to be religion. Just where are you spiritually? Faith, family. I use F for football, but really football is just business because when I started it, football was business. Faith, family, football, fun, and finances. Go ahead and just write a letter to yourself on those 5 F's. I love to call it my F in life. Those 5 things will be something to track, and it'll be something. The real Dabduba, shaking her head. Oh, invest in yourself. Thanks, bro. Bears beat Packers 30-27. Hawkman J. Can you explain the difference between a 401k and an IRA? Charles, love the question. Here it is. Are you ready? And this is one of the most confusing elements of investments. There are so many of these vehicles. A 401k simply means you work for a company. I work for a corporation or a company, a business, and they are providing me a retirement vehicle. An IRA is an individual retirement account, and it says it has nothing to do with a company. It could be on my own company, but it is an individual account. 401k means I work for a company. IRA means I work for myself or have a self-directed retirement account. 457, 403b, those are all just like 401ks, just different types of companies. So great question, good clarification there. And if you're asking also, hey, well, are there also Roth 401ks? Because I've heard of Roth IRAs. Yes, the vast majority of companies today are offering Roth 401ks because they see the unique advantage of it. Because corporations are looking for ways to help their employees, they are opening up and allowing this vehicle within their personal or in their business accounts. Sky 0808, welcome back to the community. Love to see this. Happy New Year to you. We're going to talk. We started day 1 of December setting goals, rich goals. If you're in the money vehicle, you've seen the rich goals in chapter 1. You got to talk a little bit about that. But no, today we are going to we got so much. I'm going to get started here in a second. I'm not even going to wait. Alice, who is that? Ali Samthony. Ali Samthony. What's good? Love it. Welcome in. Who wins today, Army or West Virginia? Go Army. Charles, I don't got a horse in the race, so I'm going to go with the military, man. Yeah, I always support the troops. It blows my mind that the bowl games are going. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. What is the best way to invest $30K for a 52-year-old? Great question. Announce man. So my first question to you, what's your burn rate? How much is going out the door? I can't tell you anything until you tell me what is going out the door because I don't know the time horizon on those $30,000. Are you saying this is 30 grand that at 52, I'm comfortable saying I won't see this until 75? I'll give it 20 years. That's cool with me. Well, then that's a different story. If you're saying, hey, I'm looking to walk away at 60 or 65 and I'd only have 100,000 in a portfolio, that's a different story. Or maybe I have $1 million in a portfolio. Why people cannot come on here and just spout out investment recs is because we don't know your life. We need to know specifics. No one thing is right for everyone. Repeat that. No one thing is right for everyone. So if I was looking at $30,000 for me personally, I love security. I would take a part of that, maybe a third of that, put it into a globally diversified index. I'd take another third, probably throw it into the S&P 500. And then I'd take that last third and I would start to look at which companies I believe are going to benefit the most as this dust settles. We've already seen the chaos. Who has risen through the chaos? But now as we see, hey, airlines, I don't know. Airlines got beat to shoot. But I'm pretty sure come, the gate opening, everybody's like, yo, you know where I haven't been lately? Mexico. You know where I haven't been lately? To visit my parents in Minneapolis. You know where I haven't been lately? I think airlines are going to have a little tick. I don't know that. Nobody knows that. But I look at, after the dust has settled, what is going to come on the other side of this? Cruise lines. I don't see people get on cruises anytime soon. So I love the question, Announce Man. And then with more specifics, I can give a little bit more direction. Ravens are the hottest team in football, Super Bowl 55 champs. Hottest team in football. How do you, based on what? Man, great. So Doc Oz, I'm not kidding. They're hot and they can get hot and ride, but I would say the Bills are the hottest team in football. Or Go Pack Go? That's a good question. Look at MJ11. No MV memorabilia. Appreciate you for calling that out. Let me grab one thing. I'm gonna grab one thing. Let's see if this will reach. So, a lot of people ask me, "Hey Jed, what do you have in common with Tony Gonzalez or Tiger Woods? What do you three have in common amongst the three of you?" And I'm so glad you asked, because I have to go back to my Mission Viejo days. Is this mic all weird? Let me check this. There we go. That's better. All right. So what do you have in common with Tiger Woods and Tony Gonzalez from Mission Viejo? Orange County Athlete of the Years. Athlete, not football player, athlete. And this is going to be a question that I'm going to ask you guys later. I don't love, I do, hey, this was cool. So I was CIF Player of the Year in football and basketball. Basketball is probably my better sport in high school, no joke. That's Mission Viejo memorabilia right there. That's the best I got. I could also bring out my CIF rings, but nobody wants to see that. I'm very proud of them. I do need to get some MV swag back there. Good call out, MJ11. Appreciate that. Doc Haas, they're hot, but Buffalo is going to win it all. My man Charles. I like it. So 70. That's when you're looking to walk away. So you got 15 plus years. So you can take on some risk with it. But again, you're looking to protect. Happy New Year's, Vegas Cal. Welcome back to the community. This is what is so cool, is to see the names. We're building an army. We're building a movement. Next year, you in 30 days of December have seen our community go from 30,000 to 80,000 on here. Next year, it's going to go from 80 to 800. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I'm the kind of guy who I grind. So I'm ready to roll. I'm, JJ15, December 31st. Most people took today off. I got too much to do. So as you look at it, again, I want to protect years of my lifestyle, not just investment return. So that's why it depends on, no need to be humble. It depends on that burn rate. Did you get a basketball scholarships? I got recruited by some basketball teams, but to be honest, come my junior year, it was very obvious that I was going to go somewhere for football. Shockingly, being 6'2", 240 on a basketball court, I could have played, but not anywhere big by any means. I would have gone to a small basketball school. Turk McGurk, welcome back. Go Cougs, who dat? No need to be humble. Doc Haas. So here's a question. This is a question, and then I'm going to get into the 5 reasons on a Roth. So let me ask this question. I want to hear your responses. Appreciate you, Doc Haas, for real. I battle this, bragging and also solidifying myself. I don't know. It's a weird line. I'll get you a cordless lapel mic, brother. Corey. I need to upgrade. I just got this one, but I do need to upgrade. Lamar Jackson shouldn't be allowed to play football. It's not fair to the rest of the league. You're going to say Lamar over Patrick? I'd say Patrick's and Rodgers, man. That dude makes football look silly. Go Buffs. Dallas Cowboys champs joined. What's up, Dallas Cowboys? I got a question. America's team's out. Who you're supporting, Dallas Cowboys? Announce, man. Go Pack, go. But will business travel pick back up even at a close rate? No. That's a great call, JJ15. So as I said, the commercial, the average person will start to travel. Companies, businesses have realized Zoom. I'm not flying across the country. Jump on a Zoom. So you're right. Airline stocks are not going to boom, but they will catch back up a little bit. The 100% agree that travel for business will always be impacted going forward, which is a crazy thought. I played with you in high school, MJ. I was a junior. You were a senior. Great debate to be at Diablo. All right, what's your name, though? And go Diablos. You guys won in senior year. We lost my senior year. Only game I'd want to have back. You came to the right place, Hawkman J. I'm also a big fan of Cougars, but mostly the ones I meet at wine bars. Nice. JJ15, Manifest Destiny. My guy Corey Connects on here right now. We have been working through Think and Grow Rich as a mastermind And that is the idea behind it. That is the objective, is can we manifest what is about to come? So far, we've been working together for 6 months. I'll go ahead and say it's working. Bills Mafia, so strong. Go Pack, go. So we got Packers and Bills. I'd love to see that Super Bowl. Forget the Chiefs. I'm a hoot at. I'd love to see the Saints, but Pack seem to be that team this year. So that's an interesting one. Okay, so here's my question. Actually, let's go with the 5 before we get to my question. My question is going to be a little egotistical. So let's go with the knowledge first. Forget the Chiefs. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Nah, I mean, they only won one. We didn't forget the Packers for like or the Patriots for like a decade. So 5 reasons Roth. All right. Here's the message in the lesson today. Our objective is to open 1 million of these Roth 401k or IRA. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter to me. IRA is going to be a little bit more for one of these, but go Big Blue, beat the Cowgirls. Forget the Chiefs. All right. Oh, man. I can tell what. Okay. So the first reason, and this is going to be something that, again, I'm going to start educating, disclosing, understanding more of what is going on TikTok, more of the people speaking. I hear all about MPI accounts. We're going to get to those. My first point here, fees. I love the idea of mowing your own grass, controlling the controllables. In a Roth account, you have pretty much 100% control of the fees you pay. So can you get into a mutual fund or an index fund or an ETF that you pay minimal fees? Absolutely. So that's the first reason. That's not even the best one. 2, tax today. Okay. So you are going to be taxed today in a Roth account. But again, why we're saying it is pure for young professionals, why we're saying it is so beneficial for young investors, is you are in your lowest tax bracket today of your career, of your life, more than likely. Again, $1 trillion of stimulus packages. We are going to pay that in the future. So go ahead and tax my investment dollars today. Okay, I am in, and remember ice cream scoops from a couple days ago? Holy snap, this dude's tying a bunch of days together here. Oh yeah, today we're going to take Chapter 1 of goals, Chapter 2 of how time, value of money, and compound interest work, Chapter 3 of the money bucket system, Chapter 5 of avoiding or making interest go to work for us, Chapter 6 of investing. We're putting them all together. Chapter 9 of taxes. So text 2 today, low, minimum. Number 3, choices. Diverse. So here's what else is cool about a Roth IRA account. Okay, and I'm talking specifically about IRAs right now. IRAs. 401ks, you can choose your investment pretty loosely, but it is going to depend on your company. A Roth IRA, you can invest in pretty much anything in the world. I'm not 100% sure about Bitcoin, so don't crypto. I don't know. Crypto's new, and I don't know the fundamentals of that. But rental properties, you want to get into real estate, you can put rental properties in a Roth account, an IRA. You want to invest in Amazon, you want to invest in index funds. You have the choice to invest in anything you want. That is an amazing attribute of a Roth IRA account. So you have choices in what you want to invest in. Stay diverse, okay? Number 4 is going to be access contributions. Okay, so a lot of people are like, well, Jed, I don't want to put money into a retirement account or my future choice because what if I want to go do something with it in the near future? A Roth account allows you to take out any contributions. Let me repeat that. You've already been taxed. You contribute into a Roth IRA account. Any money you put in, which is a contribution. I did a video about a farmer's seeds and a farmer's fruit. A farmer's seeds, the one they plant into the account, can be pulled back out. The fruit that it grows into, That has some other stipulations, but there's another caveat to that I'm going to tell you here in a second. So remember, Roth accounts, you have access to the contributions. Access to the contributions. If I contribute $10,000 into a Roth account over the next 3 years, I can pull all those $10,000 out tax-free, penalty-free. Major, major advantage there. Okay, so as you look at that, that is a unique feature. Now, if you're saying, well, what if it earns a lot and I want to go buy a house? What if I want to buy a home? One of the cool things about Roth accounts is your first home purchase, you can pull out $10,000 of the earnings, penalty-free, tax-free, penalty-free. $10,000 for your first home. That is unique. That is pretty cool. So you have access in a Roth IRA account. Huge, huge, huge advantage to be not only putting into future you, investing in future you, but also have the ability to pull the money out and use it today. That's unique. Boom, access. And then we have the fifth and final one. Tax-free growth. And look at this. I'm trying to get in with the cool kids. No cap. I had to Google. What does no cap mean? No cap. In this instance, it means no capital gains. How do you not pay capital gains for the rest of your life? How can you honestly put in $2,000, $10,000, $100,000, have it quintuple, have it skyrocket, have it be invested in Netflix, Amazon, whatever, Apple, and not pay any taxes on that growth? That is perhaps the most important advantage of a Roth account. Again, as we talked about yesterday, the trees, the Roth account, you trim it today and then it never gets trimmed again. Such an important piece. This is something that I'm going to send out. This is something that in chapter 10 of Your Money Vehicle, we dive specifically into, walk you through step by step, and then begin to show you how to open your own account. But remember, just putting it in there, you then have to choose what to invest it in. Putting it into a Roth account does not mean it is working for you just yet. You then have to make it go to work and invest. So let's catch up on some comments. Oh man, I could tell what I could have been. Sheesh, life goes on. King Chess, I don't know what that means. All right, so we've had a lot of people join. Love it, love it, love it. Welcome in to the community, the Money Vehicle movement. I don't know any of this. Corey Connects. I'm learning so much. Brother, that's what we're here to do. That is what we're here to do. Educate, educate, educate. You are so loved and appreciated and gorgeous. You rock with a groovy vibe. Beastly Ben, Yahtzee, yo, ending my year strong. Appreciate you, Beastly Ben. Let's go. Thank you. Welcome in. We have just gone through. I'm about to go through them again. Versa, AirPods, growth sectors to invest in outside of tech in 2021, looking to rebalance. Growth sectors. So, new government, new president, go green. You know, I'm not going to give. I'm not going to give you any hot tips, but with this new wave, this new political wave, this new motion, this new movement, look at how that's going to impact us and affect us. Again, look at where things are going and try to get ahead of them. That is the idea of the growth sector. So I get the market and trading, but options confuse me. So Drew, here's what I'll say about options. Options are people predicting where the market is going to move. So you as a trader, you say, ooh, I like this company right now, today, let me grab it, and I'm going to buy it. What an option is saying that company, I think in a month, a year, 3 years, they're going to be somewhere else. So that is all options are doing, is predicting where a company is going to go. Again, why it is so complex, why people typically have to study for series and go through years of school to be able to do it, is because it is complex. Robinhood opened up the floodgates and allowed a lot of people to start doing it and trading them, and you can sell options for a small transactional fee, which is where people are making money. But yes, options are not something to play with. And if you don't understand them yet, don't play with them. Just watch them for a year, understand what it is, but it is predicting where not only the market, but where that specific company is going to go. Do you do options at all? I do not do options at all. I don't day trade. So if that's the game, that's not what I'm going to be educating you on. I believe in controlling what I can. That's from football, that's from sports. Mow your grass, control the controllables. I don't control the market. I don't control where the market's going. So I don't choose to invest my time or energy on understanding what those things are that I don't control. People who can, one, nobody controls it, but people who try to predict and guess right can make a ton of money. But most people do not guess right. And I don't use this word lightly, I almost guarantee anybody doesn't guess right consistently over time. How do I know that? Because I was in wealth management. I've seen the industry shift from active to passive. I've seen big hedge fund managers say, yo, in my personal account, I just take the S&P. Because it works, because it's there, and you can control what you can control those fees. So no, I don't play in options. I don't think you need to. If you want to invest your time, energy, and money into learning it and doing it, all the respect for you. But again, I think most people are going to be experts in other things, and they want money to work for them. They don't want to have to continually work for it. Do you know how Roth defines first home ever? So yes, if you are going to use that $10,000 exclusion, it has to be your first home you have bought for personal reasons. Cannot be an investment home. Cannot be an investment home for that $10,000 little loophole. But good question. I'm sorry I'm late. I hear good and bad about Bitcoin. Can I have your opinion? Thank you. D. Dowdy. Yes, you can. So here is, you played for the NFL, but you're not verified. See, vote for Trump. Interesting. Yeah, people keep telling me to submit to get verified. I don't know how to do that. I've only been on here for a few months. So if y'all can get me verified, appreciate it. However that process works, let me know. But yeah, I think I should be verified. I don't know what that means. Does it mean people will believe I am who I am? So Bitcoin, we've talked a lot about this. What was really cool is Russell Okun yesterday or 2 days ago got part of his contract. Now they didn't, obviously the Carolina Panthers don't have Bitcoin, so it's not like they gave him Bitcoin, but they put it into an escrow account and it transacted into Bitcoin as part of his contract, about $7 million. So what is really neat about this is it is very forward thinking. But again, he just took something as cash, which is not really an investment. If you stay in cash, you will lose money because of inflation. But he took something as cash and he simply invested it. So what do I think Bitcoin is? Bitcoin is not a currency to me. It is not yet. It is not something that I can walk down the street and trade for food. So right now it is an investment, not a currency to me. And in it being an investment, I think it is very forward thinking. I think the technology is extremely sound and will disrupt some industries in the future. But I don't think I ever see a country declaring it its currency. And until then, it will never be legitimate as cash money transaction. So is there something in the future that allows it? Sure. When Amazon starts to say, yup, you can buy stuff on Amazon with Bitcoin, that is when you have to start to recognize it. But as of today, the only value it has is if I can turn it back to cash. That is the reality. So I see it as an investment, not a currency. And as of right now, it is extremely volatile. If you can explain to me why it went up 200%, you should also be able to explain to me why it could go down 200%. So thank you. Hold up. So you can't touch or take out your Roth earnings, but you can for a home purchase. John Kim, exactly. So your earnings, again, the fruit that is bared, you are able to take out $10,000 to go buy your first primary residence, not an investment property. And you can use it to go purchase that. You can also use it for a few other things around, medical needs, some dire stuff. But for the most part, earnings stay in. And remember, you want as much money. You don't want to pull money out of your Roth. It is accessible, so that is an advantage. As we see here, welcome in, welcome in. 5 reasons we all should have Roth accounts. Number 1, fees are minimal because you're going to invest in ETFs or mutual funds. Number 2, you are in the lowest tax bracket of your career today. Number 3, your choices within an IRA are limitless. Within a 401k are pretty diverse. Number 4, accessibility. Your contributions you can always pull out. Earnings for your first home you can pull out up to $10,000. And the big one, most important one, no cap. If you put money into a Roth IRA or 401k, you will not have to pay capital gains tax going forward. Patrick Guy, I am from California, but I went to Washington State, so now it's in my blood. Yeah, vote for. Let's see what the whole get verified things about. I'm sorry I'm late. Boom, boom, boom. No worries about being late. Everybody, welcome in, welcome in. We're about to go through the 5 numbers we all need to know going into 2021. So that's a different designation. What are the 5 things we should be? What are the 5 things we should be looking at as we enter into the new year financially? I like Roth because your gains are not taxed. Jeff Walsh, 100% appreciate that. I like Roths because if it goes from 1,000 to 10,000, that's tax-free. That's tax-free. Any other account, you're going to have to pay a 401k, an IRA, you're going to have to pay tax on that. What books, Drew, what books do you have behind you? Very interesting. So this was one of the first series that I read. It's by James Clavell. It began with Shogun, and it was actually a trilogy. It's about a white man going into Japan, and he's a captain of a boat. It's just a really cool. So Shogun, Taipan, and Noble House. Great trilogy. It's a fictional book. I don't read a lot of fiction, but that's an excellent one. The blue one up there is behavioral investment counseling. Really about the mentality of people in their minds. That red one right there is called The Power of Positive Thinking. Just a great mindset book. The Bhagavad Gita. That orange one over there, that's about Rockefeller right there. This is a second copy of Think and Grow Rich. Then we got a bunch of them. So yeah, I like reading. There's endless knowledge. It's why I wrote my first book, why I'm writing my second and my third book. I think there's tons of knowledge to be shared. You ever want to meet the greatest minds of all time? Keep reading. So yeah, Drew, if you're looking for a book to introduce you to investing or in finances, Your Money Vehicle. Also hearing rumblings about a tech company called Microsoft. I've heard of them. Now, I don't technically live down the street from them, but I do live around a lot of people who work there. And yeah, they're telling me the same. It's apparently not going anywhere. They cannot declare their currency because there is no controls. Jeff Walsh, excellent point out. Bitcoin, its magic is that it's untraceable, uncontrollable. Those are the 2 reasons why governments are like, no. So that's just peace. Dottie, thank you. Appreciate it. Absolutely. It's what we're here. Welcome in, everybody. Can proceeds from a home sale be placed into a Roth IRA and not pay capital gains? So only things that can go into a Roth IRA are earned income. So no, proceeds from a home purchase would be, like you said, capital gains. So it's not earned income, ordinary income. You got to be able to pay ordinary income. Now, you can put it into a Roth IRA as a non-deductible. Again, guys, this is level 3. So if you get lost here, we're going to circle back to those 5 numbers here in a second. But you can put the proceeds from that into a Roth or traditional IRA, non-deductible. So I didn't get a tax deduction. I've paid taxes on it. And then I convert it, backdoor it, Roth conversion from a traditional into a Roth account. Then it is now technically in the Roth account and can go. So there are ways, but directly, no. Why people pay wealth managers, why people pay advisors is because of those strategies. And Hawkman J, we hereby verify you, Jed. Love it. So that's part of my question. Okay, before I get, let's So cool. So many people join. Very few stay. Cool, and go Cougs, Patrick, my guy. So here's a question. This is going to be an honest question because I'm amongst friends here. And then I'm going to get to the 5 numbers you need for 2021. My question is, now I brought this thing up because somebody asked me about Mission Viejo. I think it's really cool. You know, I was Orange County Athlete of the Year. I earned that. I respect it. I appreciate it. I want to know where the line is in bragging and also, again, verifying, validating what we do. So I was about to make a post, this being the last day of the year of 2020. Is this a douchey post, or is this like a, hey, I'm just being proud of what I've done? So here's what I did in 2020. Now, because you got to have the clickbait, the first 3 seconds is going to be, I'm supposed to be broke. I'm supposed to be broke. I'm 5 years. 2020 was my 5th year out of the NFL. So I am supposed to be broke. The statistics say 70+% of professional athletes, particularly NFL players, will be broke 5 years after they're done playing. All right. And I was a no-name, undrafted guy. I did not make millions on contracts. I ended up making a good amount of money because I played and all that stuff. But 5 years after I'm done playing, I'm technically supposed to be broke. What did I do with 2020? What did I do? Well, January 1st, I launched my own business. All right. So became an entrepreneur. Then I published my first book, Your Money Vehicle, the week that we were all told to go sit down and shut up as COVID announced itself in March. So the same week, I published my first book, and I also lost most of my income from my business because no more public speaking was going out there. That's a caveat. So started my own business, published a book. Then I created a virtual course, Money Vehicle, the course, the class everybody has been saying needs to be in high schools and colleges for the last 30 years. So boom, created a virtual course. Then I became an adjunct professor at my alumni Washington State University in the business school. Then I got my first 100 people, which was a huge moment for me. The first 100 people in and through the Money Vehicle course. Now we've surpassed that, but I vividly remember seeing 100 people tick off. I thought that was amazing. We have Money Vehicle into our first athletic department, our first national Greek house, our first national club, our first college campus, our first high school campus, our first nonprofit. All of those now revenue avenue streams of a new business. But the most important thing I did in 2020 was I got very clear on what the company's mission and message is going to be, what Money Vehicle is going to be next year. I've defined the most. So let me ask, is that bragging, or is that telling my story? Is that saying, yo, in 2020, the year that most, I got kicked down just like everybody else, but what else did you do? Did you stay down? Did you go do stuff? So is that bragging, or would that be a good post? You learned that there is a fine line between confidence and cockiness from the Eagles locker room. Bam. Yes, it is. And that line is, are you telling yourself, or am I telling others? And in this essence, I would be telling others. Again, part of it is like, I want to validate the journey. And I want you all to know, it ain't easy. Being an entrepreneur is tough. It's a roller coaster. And again, March, my business was dead. I have learned to keep my finances totally private. Let them think you're broke. I love it, Jeff Walsh. That's true. I don't need, and so that's part of it. Fenerbahce. I don't know what that is, Burke. You got to explain, Burke. You said it twice, and I like it, but I don't know what it is. So is that's an honest question, and now let's get to the 5 numbers. All right, so here we go. Corey Connects, not cocky at all. It's a great post. Appreciate you, my dude. And this guy, so Corey is a content creator. Guy daily puts out messages and understands, 1, how to engage people, and 2, to build a community, and 3, then to connect the community. So I take that recommendation very highly. What was your biggest contract in the NFL? Probably a 1-year deal in Detroit for $1 million, which was really cool. Albino Tiger, welcome back into the community. That's a great post. All right, okay, so now I'm going to make it. Done. What's your target audience? Former NFL players. Danny Ayer. No, not at all. So a lot of people are like, Jed, go teach NFL players, which I am. The NFL and I have a contract. We're teaching teams, building out their financial education. Love that. want to work with NFL players. But the mission is 1 million people. I don't want to teach 1 million NFL players. I want to teach 1 million of you. And again, yesterday, Jesus was like, hey, why would anybody pay for something you can go? People are not learning money. People do not understand money. People have never built their foundation around learning how money works. That is what we want to do. So who is my target audience? I would say 16, 17-year-olds who are a little bit ahead of their time, all the way up to 25-year-olds right now for level one. Level one is 15 to 25-year-olds who really want to start owning their finances, really want to start learning about money. If I had to put a number on it, why I don't like that is because I have met hundreds of 30, 40-year-olds who are like, I was never taught this stuff. Can you show me? So my target audience is anybody who wants to start to own their future and really learn how money works. It's not bragging because you went out and earned it. It was handed. It was never. If it was handed to you, that's different. And if you guys know anything about being an entrepreneur, ain't shit handed to you. Believe that. Sorry about swearing. So that post sounds like it's directed at former NFL players. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. I didn't think about it like that. I don't know how many former NFL players here are here on TikTok, but love what you're doing. A lot of folks don't find finance intriguing. Figazo, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to change the conversation. Money vehicle. Why we called it that is because we got to change how we see money. And if we can begin to change some of the semantics, some of the ways we talk about money, we will change the identity. I don't want it to be this one cool person at the group who understands money. They're lame. No, I want the cool people to be the ones like, yo, you don't own a Roth account? You should. You don't have a cash management system? You should. You don't have insurance? You should. So that is where we really want to change this conversation around money, around being proud of this community right here. You are going to be the spokespeople in 2021, because if you've tuned in December, you have learned and empowered yourself around money. And believe me, if you take one of the lessons we learned on one of the days of these 31, you can go and tell somebody and teach somebody and help them. What player did you look up to? Jay Bird. Great question. So part of my business was called Rookie to Veteran. I was going into companies and telling them great veterans I watched and principles I stole from them, concepts, actions, behaviors I took from watching the best in the world. So you can start with Drew Brees, Zach Strief. I got to watch Brian Westbrook, Brian Dawkins. I got to go to Cleveland, work out with 15-year safeties. I stole from every locker room. One of my blessings now is that I got cut 12 times. I got to go into a ton of locker rooms. It's Blake, the icon. Who dat, Blake? You're doing a great service. Chris Chappelle, there's enough money for all who are willing to learn. Listen to that. I don't know Chris Chappelle, but I want to. There's enough out there if you are willing to learn how it works. And again, I don't want you to put your goal. Why we set personal rich goals is your magic number is not $10 million. You need to stop that yacht life. Like, that is not success. What we've learned over this last year is people with hundreds of millions of dollars have been forced to sit at home and be amongst those that they love. And there's a lot of people who have $100 million who are very unhappy in 2020. There are a lot of people who have barely anything who have learned being around these people all day is not such a bad thing. If 2020 teaches us anything, is that money is important. It is not everything. And if you learn how it works, it will go to work for you. That is essential for us to understand. Why, when people ask me about investing, I talk about what's going out the door, is because that is how you truly build out a portfolio. Because money brings you safety and security, not riches and finances and all this other joint. Why financial advising has gone from, hey, how much can you go get returns on my money, to how can you protect me and provide a plan, is because people are waking up to this reality. People are waking up to, like, the difference between 5 million and 10 million means nothing if my lifestyle is protected. That is freedom. That is what we want for you. If you live, there's a group called the FIRE Club, Financially Independent Retired Early. They live on like $1,000 a month and they can retire with 100 grand saved. That's not the life I want to live. Again, I married a girl from Bellevue, Washington, and I have 2 little girls who are growing up in Bellevue, Washington, so I can't live on $1,000 a month, but I'm more minimalist than anything. So, all right, let's get to those 5 numbers because I think those are going to be really cool for you guys to see, to write down. What's your favorite moment with Drew Brees? I mean, I would like to say one of the 78 records he broke while I was there, but that's tough. I would say my favorite moment with Drew Brees was, all right, little quick Drew Brees story, and then we'll go to the 5. So again, I was a fullback, meaning I was the little stepbrother of the offensive line. So I got grouped into the offensive line a lot. Drew always gave the offensive line gifts, and one year he took everybody to Vegas. Why? Because he was being flown out to do some promotional blah, blah, blah. He got to go live in like a 8,000 square foot townhome. He got driven around in like a Phantom. Like he did Vegas. And this is why I can never go back and like do Vegas again, is because the owners of the casinos. So we had 2 nights there, and we went out, we did some gambling, we went out, had great dinners, and then we went out to clubs. The owners of the casino, of the hotel, the whole place, would come and sit down with us at these dinners because they wanted to sit next to Drew Brees, because they wanted to experience what it felt like to be around greatness. And those were the times where I sat back and I thought to myself, again, I'm kind of an odd duck, but I would look at that and I'd be like, this guy or this gal has everything you can want materially in the world. What they don't have is a touch of that greatness, a touch of that mystique, whatever that is. And I get to sit and watch it every day. So it was those humbling moments where I got to actually watch billionaires pony up to and like buy, oh, dude, don't worry about dinner. Don't worry about drinks. Don't worry about these cigars. Give to Drew Brees. And then to just like sit back and shrug and be like, wow, that shows you a different side of all this. Weird story. I don't know why I went there, but I am Roman Del Lotto. Hello, Roman Del Lotto. I am Antigua Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. $2 for anybody who can tell me what movie that is from. I am Antigua Montoya. I'm probably saying that name wrong now that I'm thinking. Do you know a woman named Sunday that works for the NFL in New York? Was a friend of mine. Not personally, sorry. All right, the 5 numbers. Let's run through this real quick. 5 reasons for a Roth. You can control your fees. Lowest tax bracket. Choice is diverse. You have access to your contributions. Bam. Tax-free for life. JJ15, thank you, Princess Bride. Lil Moosh Boy, Princess Bride. Corey Connects, Doc Haas. Look at that. You know, you get to Antigua Montoya. Inconceivable. I don't think that word means what you think it means. Okay, so here are the 5 numbers. Look at this. JJ, you said you wanted the whiteboard today. We're double down on the whiteboard. Charles, Princess Bride. If y'all haven't seen Princess Bride, it might be worth a go. It might be worth a go. So 5 numbers for 2021. This is what we're talking about. This is our goal. So we want to start looking at, what do we need to know? What are the 5 numbers financially we need to know for 2021? So the first one, how much is coming in? And as we learned the other day, can't look at the gross. We got to look at the net. First one is, how much am I actually bringing in? Look at all streams. Do you have a rental? Do you have a side hustle? Do you have dividends? Do you have other investments? What dollars are coming in the door? That is an essential one that you need to begin with. Measuring what is coming in is everything, because then you start to see the money buckets. You start to see where and what you're going to go do with it. Number 2, and if it's coming in, you got to know, shocking, what is going out? What is your burn rate on a monthly basis? How much is walking out the door? How much are you actually going and putting into whatever it is you spend on a day-to-day basis? So I look at what's coming in, and then I look at what's already going out. What am I living on a month-to-month basis? That is your burn rate. Why this number right here is so important is because if you can give me your burn rate, Let's say it's, again, round numbers, $10,000 a month. That's $120,000 a year. I can build out your portfolio based on that one number. Not only that, I can tell you how many years you have to work and what your freedom years will look like with that one number. That burn rate number is magical if you can truly own it and you can really see it. So number 3, in, out, time for the keep. You heard me ask earlier, somebody said, well, what do I want for an investment perspective on 30,000, 70,000, however much money? Well, what is your time horizon? You really got to be able to look at, how am I going to invest these dollars? What time horizon am I going to give them to go to work? That is essential. Time takes risk in investing away. It at the very least reduces it significantly. So if you can give investments time, they will revert back to their average. It's a really crazy financial concept. They always revert back to the mean. What they are on average supposed to return you will come back to fruition over time. That's an investment truth. That is why I don't need to day trade, is because if I stay in the market, I know over time it will bring me back to where I want to go. And if you notice really quickly, those first 3, that's the golden rule right there. Do not spend more than you make and focus on what you keep. Golden rule. Do not spend more than you make and focus on what you keep. So bing, bang, boom, those first 3 numbers. How much is coming in? How much is going out? And how much time do I have for what I'm keeping? If I'm 18 and I'm truly investing for my freedom for 10, 20, 30, 50 years from now, then I can take on risk because I have the time for it to go there. All right, so boom, boom, boom. Then we're going to look at number 4. Number 4 number you need to know. What is that credit score? Why is that so important? Is because you need to look at what your financial reputation says about you. Everybody who looks at you, an employer, a bank, a loaner, all of that measures you based on one number. Why? It's because it's like the SAT, ACT. We needed a standardized number to be able to compare people to, because we want to know how much we trust people. And this number right here is how to do it. Sadly, is it honest? Is it right? No, but it is what we use. It is your financial reputation, and it is what you need to be able to see, because that is what other people see. So you have to find out your credit score. How do you do that? Well, sure, you can use your bank app to look at the 3-digit FICO number now. Not FICA. FICA was tax. FICO is credit score. So as we look at that number, what makes it up? There are 5 elements to a FICO score. We can talk about those in the new year if we want to set up a session on credit scores. By all means, welcome it. Number 2, you got to look at your credit reports. Credit reports. If you go to free annual credit, there are a lot of fake ones out there, and I don't want to misspeak it. It's in the course. I write it down, but I always get, so there are free ones out there that you can go get your credit report for free. And again, who works at these credit companies? Humans. What does that mean? There's human errors. If you look at your credit report, I promise you will find some errors and be able to increase your score just by correcting some of those. So go check out your credit reports, because those 3 funnel up to creating your credit score. Now, last and not least, number 5, and I would say this is going to be the most important one. If you're not setting a goal for 2021, how the heck do you know if it's going to be successful? If you're not setting goals, and we use rich goals in the money bucket or in the money vehicle, we use rich goals to be able to distinguish. Are they reachable? Are they individual? Are they controllable? And are they happy? And I lost my cap, which means the marker is going to dry out. Oh, there it is. So if you're not setting goals, what is the point? How are you measuring progress? This is the most important factor I've learned as an entrepreneur. I've learned about my money. I've learned from football, from being a professional athlete. You have to be able to track things. I get to talk to the president and CEO of the Seattle Seahawks. He said anything worth doing is worth tracking. That's the only way we're going to know if we get better. That is not the coach. That is not a player. That's the CEO, the president. And that dude started out as an intern driving people to the airport for the Seahawks. Fast forward 25 years, he runs the whole building. He is Pete Carroll's boss. You know what I mean? So if it's worth doing, it's worth tracking. And you can start to see how to improve if you set goals. Last story I'm going to tell you. In, out, time, score, goal. If you can show me these 5 numbers for you in 2021, you will be on your way to financial freedom. You will be on your way to owning your financial future. That is our hope. That is what this whole thing is about. It is not about education. It is not about looking cool. It is not about sexy. It's about you creating and manifesting the future you want. Okay? So, sorry. I'm going to get down now. Now I need to take a deep breath. Breathe. I got one more story from you. I want to get to some of these comments because I saw a lot of them flying in. Princess Bride book is also fantastic. It's by William Goldman, JJ15. Love it. All right, so bunch of people joining, people bouncing. All right, no questions. I didn't see any questions. If you have a question, rewrite it because it got lost in the wash. Last story. You're my last professional interaction of 2020. It's been transformative. Corey connects. And in 2020, a crazy, weird year with something positive, something productive. You are as good as your last performance. That's something you learn in the NFL. That's something you learn in business. If your last performance is today and you can say, first off, Semper Fi, MJ, appreciate your service. What's the easiest job to get your foot in the door in an NFL office? Volunteer. Go and be an intern. Do it for free. Anything you want to do, you're passionate about, do it for free. It'll turn into a business. I am example number 1. 5 years ago, I started going to companies, colleges, and high schools and teaching people about money for free. Nala Cola. Yes. So I did go to school. I was an accounting major, but more importantly, I'm a certified financial planner. So that is where my education comes from on this subject of money and why I love to share it. Is it okay that money is split or should it all go to regular 401k? Danny Ayer, 401k question. Company offers a 4% match. I contribute to Roth 401k, but match goes to regular 401k. So yes. So number 1, why if I contribute to a Roth, does the match go to a traditional? Is because the company also gets a tax advantage on it. And so they put it into the tax deferred because they don't want to be taxed on it either. So the business gets a benefit. That's why it goes into the traditional. Your election for a Roth 401k is where your contributions go. Is it okay to do a split? 100%. There are some people out there that say you should do 50-50 because as your portfolio, as your plan grows, you will have options. Now I have some in a brokerage. Now I have some in a 401k. Now I have some in a Roth. I have income stream options of how I can control my taxes down the road. So great question. And yes, I love the idea of looking at it through that lens. So that is all we had for today. I cannot tell you how much this has been. How long does it take to become a financial planner? So the certification of financial planning takes about 3 years. You can probably do it in 2 years if you're really gung-ho for the prerequisites, and then you sit for the actual certification exam. So I would say you could do it in 3 years. If you're really grinding and juggling work, you can do it in 2 years. But it is an excellent foundation in money, and it is where the industry is going. There are less and less advisors who are just going to be investment focused. The world is going to a holistic view of money which is what the CFP offers and which is what Money Vehicle is a holistic introduction, not just investments. Why do you think he struggled in the league? I also want to learn any stories you had about Mark Sanchez from high school. So I think he struggled in the league. Dude went to 2 AFC championship games. So yeah, maybe he didn't end up being, the Hall of Famer, but that's success to me. A lot of dudes don't touch the playoffs. And yeah, he had a pretty good team, but he was still the quarterback. It's the NFL's tough. I don't care how good you are. You get to the best and you're going to compete and you're eventually going to get beat. Everybody does. Do you have or do any speculative investing? If so, what percent of your portfolio? So yes, I do some speculative. I would say about 15% of my portfolio is in some home runny type things. By that, it started, that 15% was rental properties, real estate in Detroit. And now I like to bet a little bit more on people. So like I had a buddy a couple months back come and be like, yo, this is where I'm going. This is what I'm doing. Do you want in? And I kicked him some money and invested because I trust him and I know what kind of worker he is. So now I go more as opposed to, I got some cool neighbors who are investing in Robinhood and are guessing and throwing and are crushing it and making it. I don't do that kind of speculative because that to me is just gambling. But it is cool. Danny Ayer, Happy New Year. Appreciate you. What's up, Jed? I'm back. Mr. Mark, who is that? Oh, Mr. Max Gomez, welcome back to the community. Appreciate you. Thank you for giving your time and knowledge away today, man. 2021 could have huge money opportunities. Fagazzo, I fully agree. And if we can, as a community, empower ourselves to realize where the opportunities are and how to start to use them, I'm excited. I'm a 29-year-old teacher and I've had a 403B for 6 years now. I've been putting $300 a month into it. J. Danny C., 2 things. Number 1, where do you teach? What level? Number 2, I would love to bring Money Vehicle, the virtual course, to your campus, as we have gone to high school and college campuses across the country, helping teachers offer this class. And number 3, $300 a month, 12, 24, 36, that's $3,600 a year. That is excellent, excellent. And you're getting the tax advantage of it. But the idea is if you can consistently do that for the rest of your career at 30, you're on the way. And I don't know what percentage 300 is, but look at it through that lens now. What is 300 and can I increase that or should I stay there? Charles, Happy New Year. Charles Cavalier. Did you say you can buy real estate in a 401k? Danny Ayer. I said you can buy real estate in a Roth 401 or in a Roth IRA, not a Roth 401k. That's through your company. Roth IRA, you can get into real estate. Danny C. J. Danny C. If interested, again, I'm connecting with high school teachers across the country, which is cool. J. Danny. And we have a built-out course that we are licensing and giving to schools, and it has a facilitator's guide. It's got 10, 12 weeks of content, and that is who we really want to go and help because we've all heard this class should be in everywhere. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, answering that question. Patrick Guy, absolutely. Okay. We will be back. Here's my last question for you, for the community today. When would you be most interested if we had a weekly call, weekly live show that, number 1, gave you some updates from the news, the market, what's happening in the world. Number 2, we dial in on one of the principles and actions from Money Vehicle. And number 3, we answered questions. Is that something you'd rather have Tuesday at 8 Pacific, 11 Eastern? Is Tuesday 8 and 11? Is Friday morning? Is Wednesday morning? Is Wednesday evening? What would be a good day to get the community together? Because I want to continue this and continue building. Mine's through AXA. I'm in Chicago, Northwest Burbs. Northwest Burbs. So I lived in Lake Forest for a little while when I was with the Bears. I think that's Northeast, but Northwest Burbs ain't bad. AXA Financial, cool. Okay, Roth IRA, how is that done? Or who should I contact for more info? So Danny Ayer, what I want to keep my waters pure. You aren't going to open a Roth IRA with me. I'm not going to invest any of your money. That is not what I'm doing. I want you guys to really look at it and be like, dude, this guy is just teaching me. I got to go do some stuff on my own. So where can you open a Roth? Do you already have a brokerage account? I would look into wherever your brokerage account is. You can open a Roth at TDA, Charles Schwab, Fidelity, any of the newer apps, not Robinhood, but Betterment, Wealthfront, M1 Finance, Acorns. All of those allow you to open a Roth IRA. You just have to submit an application for it. All you need is proof of income and a social security number, so it should be pretty smooth. So look at wherever you have a brokerage, go open up the Roth, and see if you can start pouring some money into it and invest it even more aggressively than a brokerage account. Friday afternoons, Corey Connects. I like it. All right, so Friday afternoons. No question of the day. Woo! Mr. John Kim. Gosh, how did I forget the question of the day? Question of the day. Give me 2 reasons the Roth account is excellent for young professionals. 2 reasons the Roth account is excellent for young investors. Sorry, buying real estate in a Roth IRA. How is that done? Not a problem. It's a little more complex than what we can do right now. So let's save that one for another day. It is possible, but there are some steps to it. So real estate in a Roth. One, the Roth becomes the owner, the trustee. And then I'm on the East Coast. I prefer earlier than 8 p.m. Eastern, JJ15. Okay. New York City here. Definitely wish you could come out and feel the energy of our Rough Touch League in Harlem. Hood Republic Outfitters. You can get me out there for a day. Would I come back? I don't know. It's def not bad. LOL. Yeah, and as long as it's not bad, it is Northeast. Taxed immediately in our lower income bracket and can be used. JJ15, no doubt. JJ15, John Kim, YouTube, Doc Haas, can take out your investment and have choices. Love it, Doc Haas. Free tax today, choices, access to contributions, tax-free growth, 0 capital gains. All 5 on them. Appreciate you, John. Friday is a good day also. All right, Friday. I'm going to get a Roth because of today. Corey Connects, my dude. Friday's at 6. Happy New Year. Oh, thank you. Happy New Year and stay safe. Y'all, Happy New Year. Stay safe. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate your time. This has been really cool this month. Enjoy the day. Happy New Year. Set goals. Begin to write down your goals. Thoughts become things. See you all in the new year.